Happy Friday, everybody. Cheers. Anyways, tonight's story is going to be about how I found some girl breaking into my car. Yep. So, today, I don't know what time it was. Maybe around 6 o'clock ish. I just got back to my apartment and I unloaded my car. Like, I had laundry that I unloaded. I had a juice that I bought, and then I had some things that I ordered from like one of the online stores. So I unloaded it. I brought it into my apartment because my apartment, luckily, I parked my car right in front of my apartment. And then once I unloaded everything, I decided to walk my dogs. I took my dogs for a walk. Um, and then when I get back, I wanted to relax and just watch a show. So I'm looking all over my living room and I can't find the remote to the TV in my living room. And while this is going on, the blinds in my living room are open so I can see my car. I look outside and I see this girl sitting in the driver's seat of my car. I'm like, what the hell? Am I tripping? I like take a double look. Then I see her get out of my car. And she's like crouched over on the side of my car, like trying to hide. So then I was like, oh hell no. I grab my phone. I'm barefooted. I go outside and I go up to her and I'm like, hey, what were you doing in my car? And she starts saying, what? I wasn't in your car. I dropped something and I was looking for it. And so I'm on the phone with the dispatcher, and the dispatcher is asking me for my address. I tell her the address that I'm at. Then she starts telling me, are you with the suspect? I said, yes, she's right here. And the girl was like, I have nothing to hide. I wasn't in your car, so I'll wait with you for the police. And then so I'm just kind of like confused. I'm waiting for this chick to just like book it. So the dispatcher is asking me to describe her. I said she's a Hispanic, like 5'2". She's wearing an orange shirt and black pants. They asked me how old she looks. I said she's probably in her 30s, and the girl like laughs like she's offended that I said she's in her 30s because I guess she must have been, I don't know, late 20s or something. And after I said her age, she starts saying like, my friend lives here. I'm gonna go get her because you're calling the cops on me. I said, no, you're not. You're not going anywhere. I said, I don't know if you have any of my stuff. I don't know if you took anything from me. You're not going anywhere. So she starts walking away. I'm not trying to like hold her back. I'm just following her. I have the phone in my hand, and we start going up like towards one of the laundry rooms. Then by that point, my voice starts getting louder, and I start, in my head, I start thinking, I'm gonna cause a fucking scene, just in case, and just so that way my neighbors know. All right, I'm back. So my neighbor knocked on my door, and he asked me, like, did somebody break into your car? Because somebody broke into ours. So luckily, because I'm a little psycho and I ran after the bitch, um, you know, they have her, so we have somebody. It's not like, oh, you just. It would suck to find out that somebody broke into your car and you have no idea who it is. But anyways, where I left off. Oh yes, I was saying that I just started raising my voice, and I even said, I'm gonna cause a scene because you broke into my car. You have no right to be in my car. I don't know if you have anything of mine that's in your backpack that you have. So I'm following her. She tries to walk one way, then she turns back and she walks the other way. And I see this couple approaching, and I'm like, I don't know why she was in my car. Like, what the hell were you doing in my car? And then at that point, she jumps into one of the laundry rooms. She closes the door. And then the girl, one of my neighbors, she says, okay, she's in the laundry room. That's good. So I'm on the phone still, and I said, she's in the laundry room. And the cops or the dispatcher is asking, where's the laundry room at? I'm trying to describe exactly where it's at, but I said, pretty much it's close to my apartment. And then I go around the laundry room, and I was checking to see if she was going to jump out one of the windows. And I see another neighbor looking through the window, and I said, did she jump out? And he said, no, nobody came out. And then by that point, she opens the door and she books it. And I start chasing her too. I start chasing after her. Remember, I have no shoes on. I start chasing after her. I have the phone in my hand and I'm telling them, like, she ran out onto the street. I tell them the street name. I said, she's running the opposite of the 7-Eleven, because there's a 7-Eleven like right on the corner of like one of the cross streets. I said, okay, now she ran across the street. She's going down this street. So she went down another street. And she turns the corner and then I lose her. Like, I lose sight of her. And then by that point, an officer is like running right behind me. I said she couldn't have ran like past that officer's car because there's another officer's car like on the end of the street. I said she couldn't have ran past there. She must be hiding like one of these houses. And then yeah, another cop car pulls up, and then they see somebody in the backyard of one of the houses, and they start yelling at somebody. So I'm like, thank God, okay, pretty sure they got her. And then by that point, I said, did you guys get the suspect? I said, she was the person, like, I'm the person that she broke into, like, my car. Like, oh, okay, you're the victim. We're going to ask you some questions. I remember also seeing a helicopter in the sky of the street that she ran down. I'm like, cool, we got the whole squad out here trying to catch this lady. But yeah, so we go back and they ask me, like, what do you think she took? I was like, the only thing that I think that she took, that was in my car that was valuable are my headphones, my Beats headphones. And we checked my car. Yeah, it wasn't in there. They checked her backpack that she had. It wasn't in there. But then one of the officers looked in the laundromat and she had hid it like behind one of the washing machines. So luckily I got my things back. I told them I wanted to press charges. They said because of COVID, they can't, like, everybody's gonna be released. They can't hold anybody unless it is a violent felony. But obviously she's gonna have those charges on her, on her record. And when the policeman came back to look at my neighbor's car, they said that she was already on probation for theft. So this isn't new to her. They said she'll probably be back, like in the area. And yeah, just know that, how I learned this about myself. You know how there's two, they call it the flight or fight response. So I definitely have the fight response when it comes to shit going down. Usually it's either the person will run away or they'll run towards it. So yes, I know sometimes it's not the smartest. Like, a lot of shit could have gone wrong. Like, she could have been on drugs. She could have punched me. She could have had a weapon on herself and like try to use it on me. So yes, it may have not been the smartest thing, but thankfully everything worked out. We caught her. I got my shit back. My neighbors were able to get whatever she stole from them back. And yeah, at least we know what she looks like. And it's just also a reminder, because like the city that I live in, is a city that I grew up in. So I always grew up thinking and knowing like the city's very safe. When I lived at my parents' house, which is the same city, I always grew up never locking the car doors. I'm like, nobody comes around here. Nobody tries to break in around here. But that's just a reminder, like, even if you are in the nicest area, or like the safest area, you just can't take that for granted. You should just always, it doesn't hurt to have your alarm or like cameras, systems, to have your protection, whatever you need to protect yourself. Because you just never know, like, when somebody's gonna try and take your things or hurt you or whatnot. So yeah, thanks for listening to me, and thankfully everything worked out. But yeah, don't mess with me. I'll go after your ass. Good night or good evening, whatever time you guys watch this video. Bye.